Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. My name is Ashley and Happy New Year. The very first video of the new year is going to be all about the Cricut and the writing feature. I'm going to show you this cool new pen tool. It is an add-on purchase that's not sold by Cricut, and we are going to modify our Cricuts so we have the ability to use any type of pen. Pencil, small little markers. I'm going to show you this cool little tool. I'm going to show you how to install it into the Cricut. And then this is going to be a packed full thing. I am not only going to show you a new tool and how to install it into your Cricut machine, but I'm also going to show you how we're going to fill in our letters. I know a lot of times when we use our Cricuts in the pen feature, we are left with bubble letters. That's not fun. I'm going to show you how we're going to fill those in and make them look really good. Are you ready? Let's go. So for this project, I'm going to be using my Cricut Explore Air 2, and all you want to do is open it up. Now, the tool that I'm talking about, I found off Amazon. This will be linked in the description of the video. This right here is called a universal adapter tool, and inside it actually comes with some assembly instructions, 2 pen adapters, and then these things right here. They look intimidating, but it's not. You can see I've already been using it and testing it out. This thing is actually really amazing. Okay, so it comes with 2 pen adapters. You really only need to use one, and you need this thing right here. So for right now, you just need these 2 pieces. Then what you're going to do is going over to side A, you are going to open up the clamp. All the directions for this are found in the box, but it can get a little intimidating trying to modify your Cricut. I get it, so I'm just gonna show you how to do it. What we're doing right now is we are trying to take this little white piece off our Cricut. In order to do that, there's going to be, and it's so hard to see, but if you're looking at the bottom of just this piece, there's going to be these like little push things, and you want to push them in and pull at the same time. When that happens, it'll just slide right out. So this right here is what we are taking out of our Cricut. When you're using the scoring tool, you're gonna want to keep this so we can interchange it. So I'm just gonna put this in the cup right here. Then what you wanna do is putting this down into here. We wanna rest it in there. The dial needs to be facing you. And then we're just gonna close the clamp in. Okay, then you have this thing right here that we are just going to put it in just a little bit. Okay, the cool thing about this pen feature, which I love, absolutely love, is when you're using the pen feature with the actual Cricut thing, like here is a Cricut pen, and it obviously is going to work with the pen adapter tool, right? But if we were to try and do this pencil, it would not work. It would fall right through and it wouldn't work. See how it moves around in there? Wouldn't work. Or like a pen, put it in there and it's gonna wiggle around, it won't work. So these are artistry markers, which I absolutely love. They're sublimation markers. And same thing as before, these pens will not fit inside of here. So you can't use it with your Cricut. However, now that we have the pen tool inserted in there, we can put this inside here and it's gonna fit and it's gonna go all the way down. So we're gonna be able to use this marker. Same thing with this pencil. You are going to be able to put this in there, and like a pen, calligraphy pen, it'll fit. The only limitation to this is you can use all the pens and pencils that you wish, but it has to be able to fit inside the hole. So here's just an Amazon basic Sharpie. I'm gonna take the lid off of it. I'm gonna try and put it in there. See how it won't fit inside the hole? There's nothing on the bottom here. It won't fit inside. So the pens that you use for this tool will only be able to be used with pens that fit inside the hole. So too fat of pens won't fit in the hole, won't work in your machine. So this one won't work. So you did notice when I had said, like with this, the pencils that goes in here and it's going to wiggle around. So how we're going to avoid that is putting like our pencil in there. These things right here is our guide. So what you want to do is put this underneath your machine, and we are going to stick that pencil in until it hits the guide. When that happens, all I'm going to do is twist this dial until It's nice and tight. Did you see how it's tried to stand up on its own? Okay, when you're done, see how I'm pulling on this? It doesn't want to come out. Then you want to move your guide. Don't forget to move your guide. So now our pencil is stuck into place. Now I am going to teach you how to fill in your letters. So let's go back to the computer. Okay, so now all you want to do is open up a new window in Cricut Design Space. So all you want to do is come up here and press the new project. Okay, so for this next part, you are going to have to trust the process. You're going to have to trust me and trust the process. Once we build what we're about ready to build, that will help us fill in our letters. You're never going to have to rebuild this again because we're going to save it and then we'll be able to upload it later. So just know that this part, you're only gonna have to do once. Once it's saved to your Cricut Design Space, you're never gonna have to do it again, but you are gonna have to trust me and the process while we do this. Okay, the very first thing you wanna do is go into shapes and you wanna click a square. I am going to fill up my screen. So I'm gonna just take this right and I'm gonna drag it all the way over. I'm just gonna fill up my screen. Now it does say that this is too large for Cricut. That's fine, trusting the process. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna uncheck this, and for the height, I'm gonna do 0.01 and press enter. So it is a very thin line. Now what we wanna do is fill up our screen. So if your screen is smaller than this, all you wanna do is fill up your screen with as many lines as possible. So with one click, I'm just gonna copy and paste. Then I'm gonna move this line and put it real close to this first line. Then what I'm gonna do is selecting both my lines, copy and paste, doing the same thing, putting it really close to the second line. Selecting now 4 lines, copy and paste, and we're gonna come up here and push it really close to the rest of the lines. You're gonna wanna continue doing this until your entire screen is filled up. Okay, so I have all these lines filled in on my screen. Now what I'm gonna do is select Command A or select all. Then I'm gonna come up here into a line and then center horizontally. And then I'm also going to align and distribute these vertically. So now everything is gonna be evenly spaced. It looks like nothing changed. I'm sure it did, but the lines are so small, it looks very weird right now. Okay, then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come down here to combine and then weld. So all of these are welded together. Now at this point, what we're going to do is we are gonna save these. Okay, so every single time you want to do a writing project with your Cricut, what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up this project, the one we just created. So then what we can do is now I'm gonna make a coffee mug. I'm gonna make a Happy New Year's coffee mug. So I already have my mug right here. All I want to say is Happy New Year. And I'm gonna wrap it around here. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert a text box and I'm just gonna type in Happy New Year. Then what you wanna do is choose the font. So I'm gonna come up here into font and I'm gonna use a system font. I have a font in mind. I really love it because it's nice and bold. Okay, I'm gonna be using the DIN condensed. And then I'm just gonna click out of that. So this is gonna be a nice bold font. Taking the blank or whatever it is that you're doing, you are going to resize your letters. Do not resize your lines. So whatever, we already created our lines, we're never gonna resize them. We are only gonna resize the letters. So I'm just gonna take a measuring tape and I want about 9.5 inches wide by 4 1/4 height for my mug. So I'm gonna go over here and do 9.5 inches and the height seems to be really tiny. So I'm just going to unclick, check that, and let's do 4.25. Okay, so for this next step, if you are doing just one color pen, all you would need to do is select Happy New Year and also our lines. It doesn't matter where you place the Happy New Year, and just press slice. It might take some time because we have a fairly large project. When that happens, all you want to do is select this and delete it. So this is what we're going to use for the writing feature. However, I just wanted to show you if you are only doing one color marker or one color pen, this is what you would need to do. I am going to be using multiple markers. I'm going to be doing like a pastel rainbow color. So what I'm going to do is going back over to this right here. I'm gonna select the Happy New Year and I'm gonna go into advanced and ungroup letters. Okay, taking my H, I'm gonna shift and press the lines and press slice. Then what I'm gonna do is taking the lines, so this right here, shift on our keyboard, I'm gonna find the A and press slice. Then I'm gonna find our rectangle of lines, shift on the keyboard and P and press slice. You're gonna wanna do this for all the letters. Okay, now that we have that done, all we're gonna do is select our rectangle and delete it. So if we zoom in, this is what our letters are gonna look like. Very, very weird. Now what we wanna do is, technically these are still cut lines. So what we're gonna do is Command A or select all. We're gonna come up here to operation and do basic cut, and we're gonna go down to pen. See how it looks now very weird? It will fill in as we use the marker, but you're just gonna have to trust the process here. Since I'm gonna be doing multiple color, what I'm gonna do is selecting just the H. I'm gonna come up here to the black and I'm gonna change it to like a red. Okay, then I'm gonna select just the A and I'm gonna change this over to like an orange. Doing just this first P, change this over to a yellow. And for this one, I'm gonna do green. And we got, this one is a tealish blue color. And this one is going to be like a periwinkle blue. And this one is going to be a light purple. Okay, doing the same thing because I still have a lot of letters to fill in. So I'm gonna go over here, choose the pink. And we got this one needs to be the orange, yellow, green. Okay, and now that I have this done, I'm just gonna select everything and I'm gonna come down here and press attach. That is just going to make sure that my Happy New Year stays in one place. If we don't do that, what will happen is we're gonna go to undo and go over here to make and see how everything is just scattered about. We don't want that. So we're gonna cancel, selecting everything and press attach. Now we're gonna go into make, and now Happy New Year is spelt out exactly how we want to. Okay, we're only gonna use one mat for this project. So what I'm using is just a very cheap printer paper that I got from Walmart. What you wanna do is make sure your Cricut is turned on and put one sheet of paper onto your cutting mat. Okay, so we're gonna insert this right here into our machine. We're going to put this right here underneath our pen feature, just like this. Then what you wanna do is take the lid off of your marker and we're gonna put it into our pen feature. Okay, we're just gonna drop it in there until the pen touches the very bottom of your guide. Then we're just gonna tighten this up. And I am just going to slide this out. See how it left a little bit of ink? That's okay. Just set this to the side. Coming back over to the program, you want to press continue. Now, we are not going to be cutting anything since this is just a pen project, so I'm not too concerned about the settings. I'm just going to press the C button. Now, the machine is going to do all the writing. So the machine has stopped and it says that we need to switch out the colors. The next color for this says load in sour apple, which I'm assuming is going to be the green. So we are going to put this in the machine. At the machine, I'm going to put my guide underneath my marker, just like I did before. And then I'm going to unscrew the dial and pull my marker out. Okay, then taking my next one, making sure that the guide is still in there. I'm going to put my marker down in there until it touches. And then I'm going to tighten again and slide the guide out. Okay, now all you need to do is press the C button. You're gonna do this for every single color. So we finally have a finished print. Let me put this underneath and I'm going to take out my marker, put the lid on it. So I have to tell you, I'm actually kind of annoyed. Thank goodness this is not a sublimation project and it was just teaching you how to do filled in letters with the markers in the Cricut. But this is supposed to be a sublimation print and I did a full rookie move and did not mirror this. So I cannot put this on my mug because it will be very backwards on my mug. So I'm not going to press this on the mug, unfortunately. That being said, you can see, let me eject this. So the sublimation markers that I was writing with have stained my mat a little bit, which is great. The other thing too, and obviously if you don't look at this H right here on this H, every single letter turned out absolutely amazing and everything is filled in and looks good. I am not entirely sure what happened here. and maybe my piece of paper was wet a little bit. I'm not sure because there's like a lot of bleeding that's right here. But like I said, every other letter filled in perfectly. Look at that. So gorgeous. Well, too bad this is backwards because I think it would end up being really cute if I put it on a mug, but that's okay. At least I was able to show you how to properly fill in your letters with your Cricut, and then also how to use this universal pen adapter tool. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you later.